got an anger problem. I've got a selfish need. I like to burn my focus just to watch my true colors bleed. I've got a taste for failure. I find it in everything. But I heard the voice inside you say I could be more than me. You can let go if you want to, 'cause I love you all the same. It's a long way down from here, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. And I killed myself last year, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. If you want me. I know that I'm the problem. I know that I'm to blame. But I hear the heart inside you, and it's calling out my name. You can let go if you want to, 'cause I love you all the same. It's a long way down from here, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. And I killed myself last year, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. If you want me. It's a long way down from here, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. And I killed myself last year, but my heavenly side is coming alive if you want me. Don't you let go. I found my soul. Don't you let go.
Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Hello. How you doing? Good day to be alive. You know, that's always the case. But today especially. This is the first stream in a very long time that I have had a proper AC unit. As well as that, moved rooms, got a little bit more space, repositioned the camera a little bit. The only thing that I don't like, and you'll see it in a second, don't worry, you'll see my face, I know you're eager, alright, is the mic stand. Alright, kind of comes out of nowhere. Looks like it's floating. Alright, but besides that, we're looking good. Now, obviously, we're here to talk about crypto. That's always what we're here to talk about. Let's go ahead and switch it over. Hopefully, it's working all good. Hello. Hi, welcome to Chili's. How you doing? Oh, Jesus. I actually might have to turn the AC off. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie. It's midsummer. I'm wearing a hoodie. This is crazy. It's so cold in this room now. All right, we're just going to put the hoodie on. Actually, we're going to take the hoodie off. Nope, we're going to put it on. My ears are cold. Actually, you know what? We're just going to turn the AC off for a hot second. Okay, what we got to talk about today? First off, hello. How you guys doing? It's been a while. Well, we were on like what 6 days ago, week ago, something like that, and it's been crack-a-lacking. There's been some pretty good trades. I think the only one that's kind of gone through in the past couple of days was Matic. Made a long trade on that. Um, Everything else I've been waiting either in a short or waiting for the short or getting stopped out and finding a better short. That's what I've been looking at. And I know a lot of you guys might be confused. I still am bullish to a certain extent. I am just seeing a short setup, taking it, holding on to it just in case. As well as that, I did take profits on my BTC long. I let the people in the group know why I did that. The first and foremost reason is my account, the challenge account, that is, has 6x'd from the time that we started that BTC long at 29.2K. So the amount of margin and risk that trade was using was not adequate to what my account is now. And if I would have just held that trade until 140K, it wouldn't have been worth my time. I would have only made like 20,000. I don't even think 20,000. I think like 13,000, which is a good chunk of change. Don't get me wrong, but comparative to what the, even if I opened up a long at 40K now, would be worth more money than that. So, let's see what, and obviously the other reason, we could go more to the downside. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't, I'm not going to say like the exact number that I think it's going to stop at, but I don't think we're in for like a massive dump. I definitely think we're going to put in a lower low than 29, 30K, even the lower 28K number that we put in. I think we're going to put in a lower low, but I don't know if we'll see I don't think we're going to see 16. I don't think we're going to see 20. Maybe 22, but like my bet is probably above 24K. Once we put in that lower low and then we put in a candle above 30K, 28K, that 2K range, people are going to be buying in like crazy. I can guarantee you that. Fish is finding stuff to get into in this room because it's not quite cleaned up yet. Let me go ahead and talk about the macro side of things for BTC here. I'd like to get the initial TA knocked out of the way. All right, let's go to the 4 hour. All right, and as well as that, let's go to not the USDT chart for BTC USDT. All right, so this is the macro setup in terms of Elliott wave that I'm looking for. All right, we have an ABC down, we have an A, B, C up. That creates a B, and right now technically this could be going either way. All right, we have put in a lower low than the A, and we are currently back above the A. Technically, that is a bullish reversal, and we could see significant results off of it. I'm not denying it. But the only problem is that might be a little bit of hopium to think that small of a wick is going to cause that massive of a change. We've seen it on the smaller time frames, but I don't know if these 4 hour, 12 hour daily time frames are going to have it happen the same way. So at the moment, I'm looking at this structure right here. All right, this is an A. We can see an A, B, C, creating a B. And I think we might be having one more leg down for a C on the C. So the C of the macro C. So once this downside move is done, I think for, the next couple weeks, months, I don't know. I can't really put a cap on it. But after this move is done, we should see some sort of really nice push to the upside. Obviously, would love for 29K to hold, and it still can hold. We could put in a ABC flat correction, who knows? But I am just preparing at the moment because as long as we are below this level right here of 35, call it 35.5K, we are definitely bearish. I can say that with confidence. If we get above it, okay, more power to you if you're on the bullish side. But at the moment, the structure is there. To deny it would be foolish. And, you know, unfortunately, I would have loved to keep my long open to have that hedge, but the hedge wouldn't have been good enough. Like I said, the risk that that trade was using is not adequate to what the account is now. It's not worth holding. You know, I cashed out with $1,000 profit on it. Love to see it, but it's definitely not what it should have been. I see no fibs. What do you mean you see no fibs? What do you need fibs for? So that's what I'm thinking. In terms of where we're gonna go, I really don't like predicting this. My thing is like I'm gonna wait for the bullish setup. I don't need to see exactly in the future where it's gonna go. In terms of local lows, these aren't significant enough for me to say that these are going to be where price action stops, but 25.8K could be a level. 22 could be a level. Those are the two local lows that we have. Now, obviously, the most significant ones are all the way back at 17 and 16, but I don't think we're going to see those. In terms of Ethereum, the local low, the closest local low is going to be 1546. And then after that, 1300. After that, 900. I don't think we're going to see 900. It is definitely a possibility if the market overreacts or there's something else that is a catalyst to this dump. I don't know, maybe COVID 2.0 comes out, the updated on the App Store. But 1300 to 1500, that would be my target to the downside. Because you can see Ethereum is cocking back a little bit farther than BTC. BTC, you can see how it's a healthy ABC. It looks like it's got a nice little leg down. Ethereum, on the other hand, looks like it wants to launch to the downside. And I've always said this from the start of this move to the downside, that Ethereum should technically dump farther than BTC in terms of percentages. The reason being is we pressed a lot harder on Ethereum than we did with BTC. So 1300 is definitely a good target. Retesting the all-time high, obviously going to be a good thing. But you can definitely see the structure of this. We have downtrend, uptrend, and then we have downtrend, uptrend, and it looks like it wants to launch one more time. And you can also see within that, you have that ABC structure, A, B, C. So as long as we are below 2,295, not a good place to be long. Obviously, if you're close enough to like 1776, which is a good number. Doesn't that have a relation to 4th of July? Declaration of 1776? Okay. Why did it get so hot? The immediate second I turned this on. Let's turn that back on a little bit. That's the thing, like, the market's still unsure. ETH, with the new update, pretty kick-ass, but it doesn't mean it's going to launch. We need everything to maintain a bullish posture all at once, which we just don't have it at the moment. What about Doge? What about Doge? I don't care about Doge. Doge can fall off for all I care. All right, you can see Dot. Dot had an amazing setup the past couple of weeks. ABC. You hold short as long as we're below that A. And it looks like it wants to dump one more time. We have downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, slightly higher high. That creates a B. It looks like it's got one more leg. A lot of these do. But that's the thing. I'm willing to change my mind here. Now, obviously, this could turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 structure. We pump up to the upside, but that's not something that we have at the moment. We have to go with what we can identify here. Oh my gosh, Ernest. Let's see. XRP, just for you, XRP. Same thing from last night. All right, ABC formation right here. As long as we are below the A, you are too short. Simple as that. Boom. What's your opinion on the weekly or monthly time frame? Like I said, I can't predict it to a T, but here's what I know. All right. The current structure, what needs to happen in order for us to actually start working like a multi-month uptrend? All right. What needs to happen is we need to complete this ABC structure. We have A, we have B, and we're creating a C. And you can see how this level right here is so significant. All right. We have built up not only one A of the first move to the downside, but also the A of the C wave. So this level right here of 28.96, no matter what local low we go to next after dumping, it doesn't matter. What's important for the market to understand is that once we get back above 28.96, that is when we are going to get bullish again. Because after that, we have put in our lower low and we are back above the A. That's when you're going to see institutional money come in and high level traders start to press in. And they're going to set their stops underneath this level. It's just the fact that this is all lining up. You know, you can say it's manipulation or luck. It doesn't matter. But this is good. The easier it is for these institutions and high level buyers to identify an easy place to buy in with, you know, some sort of if this and that statement, it allows the market to resume confidence in a way that it can't usually if it's kind of like iffy. Which I shouldn't say iffy and if this and that statement in the same context, but you get what I'm saying. All right. So this level is so significant. Once we put in that lower low, don't freak out. Don't go, now we're dumping harder now. We're going to start dumping harder. No. All right. If you can find a long setup at the bottom and start hedging position, of course, do that. Or you can sit on the sidelines, wait until we get back above this level, and then start pressing into longs. All right. Other than that, take a shill pill. Let's see. No, I don't use Market Cipher. I have sold out of sushi. I can't really predict what it's going to go to in terms of the downside. That's the thing. I really don't care. I'm waiting to see the bullish setup on the ABCs. That's all. At the moment we have A, we have B, and then we have A, B, C. That's going to be our A, that's going to be our B, and this is our C. This entire thing is a C. And the reason why you don't see me using fibs right now, it's not worth it. Right? When you are moving to the downside, it's not the same as price discovery. Price discovery makes sense to use fibs because there is no historical price action telling us where we should go. There's no price action for traders to look at. So therefore, the mathematics of Fibonacci work out quite well. When moving to the downside, it's not as simple as saying we're going to hit the 1.618. You kind of just have to play it by ear. Let these local lows develop in the downtrend, and once they are broken by an uptrend, that's when the market's going to continue to start pressing up to the upside. It's 25x leverage with a 25% stop. It's easy on Bybit. I don't think you should say 25% stop because a lot of people are going to misinterpret that. 25% of margin is what you're risking, and then probably with like a 1 to 2% stop. You don't say anymore. I mean, what? Do you think I'm trying to hide something? What's the difference between me saying I don't use Market Cipher or I don't use Market Cipher anymore? Is the addition of that one word gonna change it? I mean, here's the thing. Like, I say it 1,000 times. I don't have any ill intent with Market Cipher. I just think you're gonna have a fantastic time trading price action the way the trading gods intended it. I'm like a Republican of of crypto. You don't need any of those fancy indicators. They ain't for nobody or do nothing. Take a look at Aave. I'm shorting Aave right now. Actually, short Aave. Okay, so Aave has big old setup. All right, we got A, we got B. We're currently in the C. I'm gonna guess this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C. Originally, I shorted, I believe here, because I was figuring that this was the A, this was the B, and this was the C, and now we're gonna start turning around. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Cost me about $300, but already I'm up 256. So I mean, we're almost covered the loss here. And I am short from this local high right here, pretty much. You can see we got a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. So that's the local high that I'm short off of. It could go up one more time and form a higher high like that. I'll just retake that. I don't know why Aave is not dumping, but it gave me a higher point to short from. So if everything continues to dump, well, just more profit for me, I guess. Okay, everybody stop freaking out about KYC on Bybit. Are you a billionaire? I don't think so. All right, KYC on Bybit, whoever's feeding you this FUD, all right, they're adding KYC if you need to withdraw more than 2 BTC a day. I don't even do that on my main account. All right, first off, because I only have like 5% of my entire portfolio in my main Bybit account, all right, because leverage allows you to maintain portfolio exposure. And when I make profit, it is immediately transferred out. And, you know, obviously, 60K profit per trade would be kind of crazy. All right. I can always just wait a day or two if I absolutely make that much profit. So, don't worry about KYC on Bybit. You will be fine. I don't think you're withdrawing more than 2 BTC a day. It's the same thing for Binance China. It's always been like that. Nobody complained about Binance China. 2 BTC a day. That was always their thing. And yeah, when we're down at 5,000, that's $10,000 a day. But if Bitcoin goes to 200 grand someday, don't know when, that's $400,000 a day. You gonna be capping that out? I don't think so. I'm not anytime soon. Yeah. Suck when BTC goes to $5. I think everything will suck. I think the world's probably gone at that point. BTC go back down to $5 again. Oh my, hey, stop. You're not a child. All right? Stop. Stop spamming. I'll look at it for you. Just calm down. You put your life savings in a 1-inch? What's the hurry, dude? What's the ticker for it? Okay, it's 1 inch. I just put inch. God, it won't let me type. Because it starts with a number. All right. I can't read into this all that much. All right, I'll tell you the macro side of things, but it doesn't look like there's any confident trades you can make in this range. I'm going to tell you that right now. There is no straight line trades. As long as you're below $3.50, you are bearish. That's it. As long, and right here you can see, all right, this right here is a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Right? If we get back above that level, that is a bullish reversal. So you can see the market is rejecting trying to get back above that local low, acting as resistance. So I would say the closer that you get to this line, that's where you should short from. Good enough for you. All right. Two simple lines. Two simple lines. The thing is, I feel like a lot of people have enough common sense to be able to do this themselves. They understand what they need to do, but they want someone else to tell them that it's a good idea. That way, like, if they do lose, they have something to save their ego. Oh, he said this was a good idea. Boom. I'm not wrong. He's wrong. When you can do it yourself, it's not complicated. I'm not using a Fibonacci time cycle from 1,000 years in the future. It's lines on a chart. I don't know, top 5 private groups of trading. I don't know. Read a book. What books and videos would you recommend for price action? Harmonic Elliott Wave, a case for modification of R.N. Elliott's impulse wave structure. Electronic edition, not hardback. Just rewind the video if you need me to say it again. And then Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And then Trader Tom on YouTube. Recently found him, and his philosophies and the way he talks lines up a lot with my opinions. So if you want someone else to listen to when I'm not here, he's there. And he's been doing it for like 20 years. I've been doing it for 3 years. So if there's anybody, he's definitely the one. And in the Discord the other day, like, I played the entire seminar of his for everybody to watch, just kind of like a group session. And there's a couple little things where, like, a lot of people are confused about what he was saying. So, like, he was saying, like, don't, like, a lot of people are like, so he doesn't like to buy the dip. That's not what he meant. You have to buy the dip intelligently. It just don't buy just because it's dropping. There's local lows, there's bullish setups during the dip. That's when you buy the dip. But a lot of people, like, will just buy because it's falling. Don't do that. Wait for a bullish setup. There's always, there's always a way to do it properly. Yeah, Trader Tom. Let me bring up his YouTube channel real quick. He's a great guy. Absolutely, I actually been just like checking him out the past couple of days. He is a great person. This guy right here. And once again, like, there's something to be said with, like, people that are talking facts. The fact that they don't bring in as much attention, because this guy's not trying to sell you like a trading course. Like, you go to his website, it's just, he's just trying to talk to you. That's all. I mean, like, I got a $50 group, but hey, it's like a community. I'm not sitting there selling you a course saying this is how you're going to get rich. A lot of the times it's about kind of like talking to people about their own psychology. That's a lot of the times what this like turns into, especially with the one-on-one sessions I used to do. His whole thing is like conditioning fear. Fear is the one thing that's going to cause you to not profit. And he talks a lot about certain instances where, like, you would think that doing an action is actually positive when in fact it's not. And one of the things he talks about is like taking half profit because you're scared, because you're fearful. The amount of times that, like, I'll be sitting in a trade, like a long or short, and someone will message me and go, hey, price action's starting to slow down right here. It's starting to look like it's starting to, curve to the upsides, and we should be shorting. And they go, it's starting to stall out. I think I might close my short. and then boom, it dumps after they close the short. One of the things he promotes is sitting on your ass. All right, you'll see, like, lately my trading style has been very aggressive. When I'm getting my entry, I will have a very tight stop loss. I'm talking 1%. Now, that being said, I'm using a 0.25% risk. That means I could lose 10 times in a row, and I lose 2.5% of my portfolio. So nothing crazy. All right. Essentially making it so, like, the spots that I'm looking for these setups, if the market does not immediately start going my way, there's no reason for me to hold the trade. Then if it does start going my way, I have low risk, very high reward, and I sit on my ass until we start hitting some take profits. Now, me personally, I think the time for scalping is done. We have made a macro setup here. So for me, I'm going to be playing to the short side, not necessarily to scalp. I am definitely going to be playing this as if it is breaking out of this range. I don't expect 40K before we drop, to be honest here. A bullish setup is going to typically look like this. All right, now on this line, you might have an downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. You might be able to get like a better entry playing the larger setup here. But that's going to be what a bullish setup looks like most of the time. So, like, when we were dropping, I hopped on Livestream like very late at night or early morning. I forgot which it was. When we were sitting right here, and I thought we were going to fall out of the range. A lot of people did. That's kind of why I hopped on Livestream. But we identified, okay, we have downtrend, we have uptrend, we have downtrend. If we get back above this level, that is a bullish reversal. And on Livestream, we got back above it and we took our longs. I was still holding a long on BTC from, I think, this level right here somewhere. So I did not take a long on BTC, but we took it on Sushi. We were up like $1,000 in a couple of minutes. But that's the simplest setup you're going to have. Right here, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Once you get back above the local low of the first downtrend, boom, bullish reversal. Right here, you have downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. These ones are tight. These ones are hard to find. I forgot which caught. Okay, I caught one on Sushi that was where it was like crazy tight like that. And I mean, you can find these all the time. You got uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, just like that. Are we too late to short? Unless we come back up to like 35.5, like that, the closer we are to that number, the safer your short is. I'm not saying that if you take a short now, it's not going to work out. I'm just saying from a trading perspective, especially the way that I play, I need as high of a chance as possible that when I enter that trade, it is going to work itself out. You know, obviously to a certain extent. The last long that I took the last couple of days was this one right here. I took one right here. Actually, no, I didn't. I missed that one. But this one right here, I did take on Matic. We had downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. Once we got back above the local low of the first downtrend, I took all three trends involved and I targeted between the 0.32 and the 0.5. And I think it was like a 5.5, 6 risk reward ratio. Ended up getting stopped out 3 times. I got stopped out once right here, twice trying to get this entry, and then finally it worked out. So it was only like a 3 risk reward ratio if you count up all the losses. But nice little scalp right there. Take them where you can get them. But that was the last long that I really took. And I mean, you can find like right here, you have this is what I was talking about before. So like, remember how I just said, if you have an A, B, C, sometimes you can have an A, B, C like that, and that would be your long entry, but you're actually playing this level right here. Look at this. It's the same thing, just to the upside. A, B, C, and then you got A, B, C. So this C had an A, B, C. You could have entered here, but playing this right here. And if you were just scalping it, you would have hit your take profit right there. Boom. You would have been out of the market already. And that would have been a, not too extravagant, 5.74, but you wouldn't have gotten wicked out. So that's all profit right there. And on the last video, some people were like, he's not using fib log. I use fibs with log scale with log turned on. If you don't see me doing it, it's not because I changed something with my setup. It's probably just because I haven't noticed. But log. I use log for everything. It's not really going to affect you too much on the smaller time frames, but definitely on like the larger time frames it will. Yeah, 5-to-1 is a very good risk reward ratio. But obviously, I like those 10s, those 20s, those 30s. I like those. Forgot, what's my... I'm shorting ETC at the moment. ETC. This is my trade setup. The 33 risk reward ratio trade. I'm excited. I'm hoping it works out. Definitely hoping it works out here. And I got my entry. I've been holding it for the past couple of days. We had uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. I got my entry here. It knocked on the door right there, but it didn't let itself in. And I'm kind of just playing, you know, I'm seeing how I don't want to cap my profit because right here you can see the larger macro side of things. It's clear as day. Like it's in your face. We got A, we got B, we got Z. A, B, Z. So I think the market, if anything, like let's say that this is like a full bullish reversal, this is going to cause it to go to the upside, which this could be easily an A, a B, and a C for this being the C. That could be the case. Or this could be the A, this could be the B, and we're due for one more C. So I think I might hold on to ETC. I want to see how far it can drop. I just have a temporary take profit in there just to kind of see, well, like even if I took my profit, you know, at a reasonable place, you know, the last local low around this area, I think. I'm looking for 30. So it would be like, you know, around this area. You know, $4,000, $5,000 profit for $110 risk or something like that. I think I'm risking 120 bucks, walk away with 5,000. So, you know, pretty decent. But at the same time, we could dump further. We could dump, you know, to 20. But shorting past a certain point isn't as profitable as just taking your profits and then compounding into the next short. So realistically, probably only looking for 40 to 35. Let's say that. Let's say 40. 40, I'll still walk away with almost 3.5K. So ETC is definitely one of the larger setups we got here. Okay, I like to scalp ETH, but also don't also want to do long-term trades. Do you recommend different Bybit accounts? Yes, different Bybit accounts will allow you to kind of focus a little bit better. And you know, use price structure to determine how if this is a swing trade or if this is a scalp trade. That's all. Like right now, I've been scalping the past couple of weeks. Now we have a longer term setup ahead of us. So that's what I'm doing. What's your leverage on your trades? 25x. Pretty much all the time. Now, as you can see, 25, 25, 25. Don't go crazy. All right, don't scream at me. Because a lot of people that don't understand what I'm doing will instantly go, you're using 25x leverage as gambling. All right, here's the thing. I'm using 0.25% risk, right? Where typically the average person in trading probably uses somewhere around like 5%. Because the smaller your account, the more money you want to make, so you're going to risk more. Yeah. So even though I'm using high leverage, I'm using ultra low risk. Right? If I was using 5%, I might be using a little bit lower leverage. That's the thing. Like, a lot of people, like, so like, let's say KYC did happen on Bybit to the point where it wasn't even like, what it is right now, where it's not a big deal for most people. There is US based leverage exchanges. It's just in the US, they don't offer 25x, 50x. I think sometimes they can only go up to 5, maybe 10 in certain circumstances. I'm not quite sure. But leverage is a tool at the end of the day. You can still make it work. You can, so like, let's say I'm using 25x leverage. And on the US based exchange, the maximum I can use is 10. All right, then I just have to like 2.5x my margin, which because I'm using ultra low risk, I can do that and then just go trade the same on the US based exchange. Now, if I was using like 10% risk on my account, I might not be able to do that. How do you decide your entry when we're... What do you mean? What do you mean? It's a line. All right, it's like right here. All right. We have A, B, C. All right, when the A is formed, that creates a local high. When you put in a higher high and you come back below, you enter. You don't have to wait for a VWAP to confirm below 0. You don't have to wait for a stochastic to cross, a MACD to cross. The second we are below this line, you short. That's how I play it, at least. And then you would target between the 0.382 and the 0.5. Now, that's totally up to you. All right, some people like to target between the 0.618 and the 0.5. They like to be a little bit more conservative. They don't care about maximum profit. They just want to know at the end of the day, they have a higher chance of getting their take profit hit. Me personally, I'm willing to wait for a little bit extra profit because, sometimes it doesn't get hit. But for me, the majority of the time, from what I've seen, it does. So it's up to you how you play it. No, I have withdrawn a lot of profit off of this account the past couple of weeks. I have 7K in Coinbase wallet, and then on the Coinbase Pro, which I'm using to buy sushi whenever it dips, I have 9,000 on there. And then I have a couple of thousand more scattered between some other places. I don't have a course. I have tutorial videos on my Discord, but I wouldn't call that a course. Just a basic overview of how I think. All that kind of stuff. Am I a millionaire? I think I'll let the way I talk about money and the way that I talk in general kind of answer that question. Do you ever use daily / weekly close levels at support and resistance, or just local highs? I use local highs. Oh, wait. I don't know why I did that. I just reset it before I got on live stream, but thank you for letting me know instantly. I fixed it. All right. I'm based out of the U.S. How can I improve the 3-trend strategy when doing flight takeoff? The 3-trend strategy is unbelievable when you have a little motion. It's kind of... That is a good question because the flight takeoff strategy requires a lot of luck in the beginning. Because the problem is like, I mean, it depends on how you set it up. Because obviously, I did it one way. You could do it a slightly different alteration. But I don't know if they're compatible because the maybe with like higher stop losses, I'm not sure. The only problem is like you're using high risk, which the ABC method I do right now can't really have crazy high risk because the flight takeoff strategy, it's like first trade 100% risk, second trade 20, third trade 10, hopefully, maybe sometimes 20 20 10 10 10, then 5 5 5 5 5 5 2.5555, and then so on and so on. I don't know. Let me put my... I think I fixed it though, didn't I? I think you're joshing with me. I think you're a little bit behind. Hello. Check, check. Audio's fine. Can you... Oh, I think I bookmarked it. Someone put together this, I'll put in the chat for you. Okay. So, the challenge account sitting at 31K, right? And this is how I calculate risk. I think you can see this. Yes, you can. All right. Let's say that I want to use 0.25% risk. All right. You can see down here, currently it's saying that I'm using 1% of my portfolio as risk. All right. So I want to go ahead and change this to 2% of my total portfolio with 25% risk. That comes down to 0.5. So 1%. Boom. All right. So we got this right here. So if I lose a trade, I lose $77. And I'm using $310 as margin, 0.25% risk. Now, if you're market entering, market exiting, realistically, you're probably using somewhere around like 0.3, 0.35, maybe. But that's still fine in my book. Thank you for saying good lighting. I appreciate it. Try my best. Why store crypto on Coinbase wallet? Why not just use crypto-based exchange? It's like my if I need to get into a shitcoin real fast, just it's there if I need it. If you're using inverse perpetual on USDT, then you're using contracts versus Fish is always finding something to get into. Jesus. I'm glad you've seen the light, Joe H. So, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's a combination of both worlds. As I've progressed as a trader, obviously, trading has netted me more profit than just hodling. But you're trading so that you have the money, so when it is time to hodl, you have the money to hodl. Uh, so like, here's the thing. Like, if you're doing proper technical analysis, a lot of the times your orders are going to line up with some of these order blocks and smart money, big money. So like, that's what I saw. Like, a lot of the times my orders were lining up exactly where these huge sell walls and huge buy walls were. So why do I need to have that information if I am technically lining up with that information? I just go, what I'm doing is probably what everybody else is doing, except I'm playing it in terms of probably better risk management. So that's how I last longer and I make more money than the next guy. And I can cut my losses almost immediately. Whereas some people, like, that's the thing, like, that's where, like, last live stream I was talking before about DCA. It can be a very, very dangerous game. If you start to DCA into a losing trade, you're coping. That's because trading is not a game, all right? When you have a liquidation and you're using leverage, when you start DCAing into a losing trade, you are starting to cope, and it's a bad habit to form. That's why you don't see me, going, oh, I'm gonna get stopped out. Let me move my stop loss. That's why you see me with a stop loss. I've never once gotten on a live stream unless I am currently setting up a trade where I don't have a stop loss, because I am not trying to get played until I get liquidated. The devil you don't want to let in your door. That's all. Yep. If I get wicked out, I re-enter. Well, the entry wouldn't be worse. It wouldn't be worse. It's the same entry, same risk to reward, same target. Now, a new entry can open itself up if price action forms up a certain way, but the entry is still the same, the target's still the same, everything's still the same. It's not worse. Sorry if I bumped the microphone. I just answered a question, bro. I just spent like a good 5 minutes talking about your question, Jorge. How do you change the leverage on the risk calculator? Mine says 0. Well, you change it, but a leverage, you don't just change your leverage. Leverage is a byproduct of the other variables, right? So in order for me to get stopped out of 25% of my margin, if I'm using a 1% stop loss, meaning if price action goes 1% against me, if I want to lose 25% of my margin, my leverage needs to be 25, because 25 times 1 equals 25 of 1, which is 0.25 of 100, if that makes, I know it's a lot, but your leverage is not, it's a variable. It's not a variable. Your leverage is it's an equals. What's the mathematical term I'm looking for? It's a byproduct of other factors. Leverage is going to change depending on what you want to risk, how much of your portfolio you're using as margin, which might not necessarily impact what you're risking. It just might impact, I don't know, you. Right? Because there was a point in my career where I had a problem with DCAing into losing trades. And it's not a habit that's easy to break, because it's the reptilian part of your brain that's taking over and clicking. It's really not you, because you're so afraid to come to terms with you're going to lose that you keep dumping money at the market, not taking a loss. So how do you combat that? How do you combat something that is built so core into humanity's psychology? Well, you outsmart yourself. The way that I did that was I would put 99% of my portfolio that I'm using to trade with into a single trade. And then I would risk 0.5, 1% of that 99%. That way my entire portfolio is locked up in a single trade, and I either have to get stopped out, which if I get stopped out, I lose 0.5 to 1%. I'm fine with that. I'm come to terms with it even before I enter the trade. And then other than that, if I don't get stopped out, I have to wait until I hit my take profit. I combated the monkey brain. There's plenty of other ways to do that, but that's just one example of how you can set yourself up where you have no other option but to make the best one. And DCAing into a losing trade is not the best option. How many times has it worked out for you? And that's the thing, it might have worked out for you before. It has worked out for me. But the amount of times that it hasn't has outshined the amount of times that it has. Jesus, I'm streaming. I'll paste this in chat for you. Jorge, stop. I have already answered your question. All right, I don't understand why you keep typing it. I have already answered it. And I've already answered that I answered it. All right, if you don't have it, I'm not repeating it because I already answered it. Go back and find where I answered your question. Stop. Don't do it. Kite, am I on OnlyFans? Should I start? I don't know, I'll just put my trading porn on there. Ooh, look at this entry. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? Would you just look at that entry? Because there's a couple of times where it definitely it warrants having an OnlyFans for some of these entries. What's happening with Aave? Aave. Aave pumped back up again. Hate to see it. You really do. It's like right now. All right, ETH does have a bullish setup, but is it going to be enough to continue pushing to a higher high? Because you see my entry on ETH. I caught the top, the very, very tippy top. All right, that's an OnlyFans entry right there. All right, now, as long as we are below 2,286, we are below the A of a larger ABC. Right here. So, us coming up, is that going to be a retest and a rejection at this level? Or are we going to continue pushing up to the upside? It's a question you got to ask yourself. Which probability? Because at the moment, I'm in the probability. Now, once we get above 2,289, probability starts to lessen, but it's still kind of in that sweet spot. All right. And obviously, if I lose probability, I get stopped out almost immediately, and then I can chillax and wait for the next setup and go about my day. You just show us your feet. Yikes. I don't care for liquidity pools. I got like 2 feet. Actually, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna wear something. So these are Balenciaga. My mouse just died as soon as I brought up the Balenciaga. Balenciaga on me every time I walk out. All right, quite literally. All right. These are toe shoe heels. Just want to put that out there and let you know that these things exist. And not only do they exist, they cost $1,300 and $500. All right, just gonna put that out there because I think the world deserves to know that somebody somewhere was smoking so much crack, they thought this was a good idea. So, just live with that. That's all I want. Just want someone to share the pain. Want to be a problem with a wired trackball? Oh my gosh, little trackball guy. Two penguin escort shoes. Balenciaga. Do you care what context the ABC is in? Or do you take trades on every ABC you see? I don't need context. Obviously, like I've been doing this quite a while, so I kind of understand what I'm getting myself into in terms of like, how long the trade should be, what I should be targeting. And there's no easy way to say this is how it's done. You have to understand, like, you gotta be exposed to these ABC setups, understanding what an ABC setup is so many times that it finally clicks. But like I said, my favorite thing to look for would be like an A, a B, and then an A with an A, B, C, and then enter on that one, but be playing the larger trend right there. And then, take the top to bottom and target between the 0.382 and the 0.5. That would be my favorite type of setup. But, I'll take any setup I see as long as it's legitimate. And most of the time, it's just about waiting. Like, if I go to like the 30-minute chart and I want a good decent trade, all right, if I'm seeing like this right here, I don't think that's going to pull back. If I see this right here where you can and that's the thing, like, if you want better trades, ask yourself this simple question: is it a separate trend? All right, can you really definitively say, yes, that is an uptrend, yes, that is a downtrend? If you can do that, it's probably legitimate. But if you can't sit there and confidently say, okay, this is an uptrend, this is a downtrend, this is an uptrend, then there's probably not a trade. Right? Now, obviously, as you get more advanced with it, you can cut down the time frames and take a little bit more intermediate scalps, like downtrend, uptrend, downtrend, and then you're targeting between the 0.382 and the 0.5. Boom, take profit, hit, take your profit, get the hell out. But don't be searching for some crazy setup on this. Don't be doing that. Just stop. Get some help. Get some help. Ryan Matt is all in on Biba now. You're the only person I think he likes. I hope so. Me and Ryan are friends. I hope he likes me. What's my extremely short-term expectations? Um, right now we are retesting the previous major local high here. And, we might see it press a little bit above there, but I'm expecting that to be a retest and a rejection. And if you guys go back, I think to the 29th or maybe once before that, we talked about this. Like, we talked about this exact scenario to the T. We talked about this exact scenario. We talked about this right here, right? Because we were talking about how do you enter on continuation bearish divergences. All right, we had a downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. That creates a local high right here. All right, remember that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark out that local high, and then we're going to mark it out on the RSI, which is right here. So we can see that for a very long period of time, we were putting in higher highs on the RSI, but we were putting in lower highs on the, whatchamacallit, price action. I don't know, I'm losing it. And I talked about this. I said, okay, when you have that level, which is a continuation bearish divergence, or for a lot of people that were messaging, it's a hidden divergence. Hidden means continuation, right? You are looking for a bearish reversal or regular divergence off of the uptrend that is retesting that level. So, in this case scenario, we have uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, this is not a bearish divergence. But once again, I've talked about this many times before. It's the price structure that we are actually trading. Divergences just so happen to be a byproduct of price structure. So you can say right here, we cut down to the 30-minute. Now, mind you, this is on the 125 RSI. This is almost 10 times greater of a length of RSI than the 14. So, with that being said, when we're looking at the 30-minute, it's basically a couple hours. All right, you can see this is an exaggerated bearish divergence right here from the top of this trend to that trend. All right, we cut down to the 15-minute, starts to get more extreme, and then you can cut down to the 5-minute, and then over here you can see starts to get even more extreme. So we got that exaggerated bearish divergence, which is also a reversal. So we have a bearish reversal while retesting a bearish continuation divergence. We talked about how this will turn into a battleground, how we might see a couple days of sideways price action while retesting this region. It's the same exact setup that happened on the macro side of BTC. All right, we used this as an example the other day. All right, right here, you have a downtrend, a uptrend, and a downtrend, creates a local high, and you can see how that turned into a battleground, right? And while we were at that battleground, we had an uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. We put in a higher high, we came back down below. We had a bearish reversal divergence and ABC setup, which is what I'm really trading, while retesting this level. That's what you want to see. And that's exactly what's happening right now, which is why I'm short. Simple reason. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be right. No, but I'm playing the probability. That's all I can do as a trader. I ain't got no crystal ball, bro. Just return my Balenciagas. Thanks, man. You're ETH short. You didn't wait for confirmation of the downtrend. Am I missing something? What do you mean? What's the confirmation? VWAP? Stochastics? MACD? EMAs? What's your confirmation? For me, it's price action. It's if this, then that. I have a local high. I have a new local high. I got back down below the last local high. I short. Because the market, that's not bullish. Getting back below local highs. not bullish. It's like right here, you can see. All right, I was looking at this. I go, all right, we have an A, we have a B, we have a C. We have an A, we have a B, we have a C. All right, so now that turns into a larger A, that turns into a larger B. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 trends turn into 2 trends. Now we should be suspecting an A. All right, so we have an uptrend. That uptrend breaks into a downtrend. That creates a B. And then now we had a C. So while we were up here, I'm looking for shorts. All right, so right here, I believe I shorted this because we put in a higher high and we came back below. I got wicked out very quickly. And then we have a uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, put in a higher high, came back down below. As soon as we put in that higher high and we get back down below that local high, I don't need confirmation of anything. I don't need a candle body close. I don't need a doji. I don't need EMAs. Don't need SMAs. Don't need MACD. Don't need stochastics. Don't need Fibonacci time cycles. I don't need 1.618. I don't need anything. I just need price action. Obviously, it's awesome to see bearish divergences, which we did. Let me show you that. All right. We're going to like the 5 minute here. All right, what do you see? What do you see? Well, you're seeing higher highs here. I mean, you're seeing lower highs on the RSI. What do you need? What do you need? What more? What more do you want to show you? This is the time to short. I don't know. I don't know what else you need. You need the moon cycles. You know what? Didn't think about that. I probably should incorporate that into my trading game. I don't know what's going on. I can't really hear what song's going on in the background here. I'll find out for you though. It's carbon-based life forms. Like that's who I'm playing. The song name is like Metro Sat 4. I don't know. Weird name for a song, but hey. Yeah, sure, I got you. Google Play Books. This is the book right here. Harmonic Elliott Wave, the case for modification of R.N. Elliott's impulse wave structure. Such a long name. I did hear that he did increase the price on the electronic version from like 10, 20 bucks to 60. And I completely understand. Like if you guys want to find it online, pirate it somehow, be my guest. Only thing is like, it's good information. 60 bucks, pay the dude. Guy put his heart and soul into this book. All right, it's a very boring book. Don't expect this and expect an easy answer. But I promise you, if you go through this book and you really pay attention and then go apply it, not just like apply it in terms of real time, you know, let's go ahead and go use this now. Let's make some money. I personally went to like the daily chart and I traced out the entirety of Bitcoin from start to finish, from where I really currently was when I started reading this book. I went back in price action. I went to stock charts. I went to Matic. I went to 1,000 different coins, 1,000 different stocks, and I traced and traced and traced and traced until I could just look at a chart and it's like it's like overlaid on top. ABC, ABC. That's all I see now. ABC. And just see it in my head when I look at a chart. I don't need to trace it out. If you can't do that, just keep going. Trading the Zone, wonderful book as well. Because that's the thing, like, you know, Elliott Wave, technical analysis, and I've said this before, is all fine and dandy. But your psychology is really what is going to make you profitable. Because it will, like I said, you'll have one system of trading that can legitimately work for somebody because they can, you know, like, let's say the strategy requires you to be patient. Some people aren't patient, and I might go for a hyper scalping strategy, and they might be effective with that. You have to find your niche, and understanding yourself, understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, and then building a trading plan around that to get started. Obviously a good thing. If you go, okay, I could be way more profitable if I really worked on this aspect of my psychology. Maybe I'm getting too fearful. Maybe I'm getting too impatient. Maybe I'm getting too aggressive. You never know what it could be, but you have to understand yourself from a third person perspective in order to get anywhere with this. What made you set the RSI to 125? It was about 2 a.m. at night, and my friend called me on Discord, and he goes, hey, have you checked out the 250 length RSI? He was like, it's pretty cool. So he showed me it. I liked it. I started using it, but I just found it to be a little bit too much. So I dropped it down to 125. So I figured, okay, well, if the default is 14, and that's what most people are using, and then like the extreme is 250, I'll just sit in the middle. What kind of car do I have? It feels weird, not being the one to say it. I don't know why you're asking it though. That's the thing, like, it always makes me like really just suspicious when people are like, what kind of car do you have? Like you're trying to find me or something. I have a Mercedes. I have an E-Class. I don't have a Telegram group anymore. I have a Discord. I don't do signals. Yeah, like the other day, like in Discord, I'm sharing my window right now. The other day in Kite's thoughts, you know, I said I'm keeping my eye on the setup, which was the ETH setup. And while trying to find the entry, I got into the live chat, the lounge. Everybody else joined, and we got the entry. Also, you know, but it's not a signal. I'm not here to give you setups for you to trade. I'm here to show you how I trade. That's what I'm here for. Discord is paid. It's $50 a month. You sign up for the Patreon. You message me either through Patreon or through adding me as a friend on Discord. Let me know, and I'll get you in there. I don't do the one-on-ones anymore. It's just the only thing is like my trading and my mindset has come so far from when I was originally doing one-on-ones, and the demand for one-on-ones has gone up astronomically, even though I've been very upfront that I am no longer doing one-on-ones. I get messages all of the time. I'll show you my business email. Thousands of, like hundreds of people just reaching out for one-on-ones. So the demand is there. I've come a long way. I would either, one, have to severely limit who gets let's I don't like to profile people, so I don't want to like say like, oh, I don't think you have a good potential of becoming a good trader, so I'm not going to let you into my group. I don't want to do that. At the same time, in order to make sure that the demand is not too high, I would have to charge more. And I don't want to charge thousands of dollars for me to teach you that you just need to understand who you are. All right, I can sit here and teach you stochastics, MACD, market cipher, ABC, 0.32. I can teach you all that. It's easy. It's easy. It's ABC. But what I can't teach you is how to not be human. Now, don't mean in terms of like, I'm superhuman, I can think faster, be better. I'm just saying that in order to be a professional trader, you have to limit your humanity to such a point where you can make thoughts and decisions that are not based off of emotion and be honest about it. And a lot of people can't do that. And I can't teach that in a one-on-one. So I'm not going to try. My best advice for trading, if you got the resources, take a hit of DMT or meditate a little bit for once in your life. Take a second, turn off your phone, meditate for a little bit. I don't know, take some mushrooms, do some gateway project, read a book about Zen. Zen's a really good one for trading in my eyes because obviously, well, a lot of people are like, oh, drugs, that's going to help me with trading. You'll be surprised. But reading up on Zen, how they think, what their mentality about life is, you can see some parallels with trading because for me, I don't care. The market is going to do what the market is going to do. I'm going to take my trades. And as long as the money management is there and I believe I have probability, you know, because I believe I do, theoretically over time I should be able to make profit. And I have. But too many people are putting too much of themselves into the trades. And I get it. Like for a lot of people, especially like in the YouTube side of things, not a lot of people on the YouTube come from money. Right? You're not here because you're already a millionaire. You're here because you want to become, you know, maybe not a millionaire, but you want your income to be supplemented, hopefully one day, by trading, if not all of it. And that's hard to do because it's not as simple as here's the strategy, go make the money. Trading, if you stick with it, you start to understand that trading will teach you more about yourself than anything you've done in your life, probably up to this point, because you're seeing yourself react in these primal ways over and over and over again. And a lot of times you'll get yourself into situations and you'll scream at yourself as if you're a separate person. And you go, why do you keep doing this over and over again? I've been there. And overdoing that hundreds of times, you basically become schizophrenic or multi-personality, where you have the trader who is the one clicking and making decisions because he has no heart, no soul. And then you got the stupid monkey person, the biological computer ego software, right? Who is sitting there watching and constantly going, I don't like that. But now they're separated enough where this one can be in control and this one has to take the back seat. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't smoke weed anymore. I just don't like it. Makes me feel weird. Like whenever I smoke weed, I'll just have a panic attack for nothing. For no reason. Heart starts going crazy. Feel like I'm gonna die. What's extra in the Discord? People. Resources. I have tutorial videos, which, you know, whenever I think there's enough information to warrant making a new tutorial video, there'll be new tutorial videos. As well as that, we'll be, you know, in chat, like from time to time. I'm not saying every single day, but, you know, a lot of times I'll hop into Discord and I'll hang out for a couple hours, maybe all day if it's one of those types of days. and I'll be chilling. Why am I short? Because we have a short setup. That's why. I got a good entry and I got a good stop loss. And I'm not risking a whole lot, so if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But if it does, I'll make a lot of money. That's why I'm short. And that's the problem. Like, I understand, like, a lot of people are under scrutiny because sometimes, like, trading, you know, they might have lost a lot of money, so like they need to make it back. Because here's the thing, like, we're all adults here, right? Hopefully. But I've had some situations where some people get into my Telegram group and they're mad that I'm not giving call after call after call after call because they thought that I was going to be the answer to their problems. And they ended up losing so much money, they like took out loans to trade. And now they lost the money for their loans and they have like $200 left, and now they need to make $5,000 by the end of the month to pay these loans. I can't. What? In what world? Come on, that's just stupidity at its finest. If that's you, I am sorry. Something went wrong. All right, during childhood. Reevaluate. Reevaluate. Recode your freaking brain. You can do it. Take some time, but you can do it. You gotta reevaluate. That's all I'm saying. But like, you know, everybody needs it quickly, but the problem is it doesn't happen quick. But I mean, if you get it right and you keep trucking, you can make a good amount of money. And yeah, sometimes I'll start a challenge account. I'll use crazy risks in the beginning. That's just to get the account started, and as the account grows, I drop down the risk. That's all there is. What about your philosophy channel / video? That's kind of on the back burner. Dude, last night in the Discord, we had some really good talks. I probably should have just recorded and uploaded that. But obviously, I had to have everybody's permission for that. But no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I want to do that just because, you know, I like to put my thoughts out there. One, to have the record of who I am at this point in time, because I feel like it's very, very important. But as well as that, I don't feel like everybody wants to hear what a 21-year-old kid has to think. There's enough people doing that. So I have a couple of them recorded. It's just I don't know if I want to upload them. But I don't know. We'll see in the future. Did he go long or short on Aave? I'm short on Aave. Did I get stopped out? About to get stopped out. That's the thing. We talked about the possibility of Aave coming back up and forming a higher high here. If it does, it'll give us a better entry. So I'll probably be looking for uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, and re-entering right about there. I'm not going to get liquidated on Aave. I'm losing $125. I don't get liquidated. You should not get liquidated unless you're planning on it. But even if you're planning on it, it's not really beneficial for you. There's been times where I use my liquidation as a stop loss, but that's still planning for my liquidation to be my stop loss. When most people get liquidated, they are losing tremendously more than they planned on originally. If that's you, stop, get some help, get some help. What do you think happens after death? You judge yourself by living the lives of the other people that you affected. And you find out that it always was and always will be okay. And there's nowhere to go because it always was here. Why 25 on X on Aave? So I have a 1% stop loss. That's why. All right, so now we put in a higher high. And if we get back below 304, I'm going to short again. And then we go ahead and get my market set up. 37, 6, 5, 4. I'll short 25. The live stream that we did on the 29th is a really good place to when I took a long time to talk about the ABC theory. God, have you ever been liquid? Yes, I have. When I was doing the $100 challenge, I DCA, like, this is the first one, not the second one where I was actually successful with it. I DCA'd like 3 times into a losing trade and still got liquidated. It crushed me because we went from $100 to 10,000 in a week, and then legitimately back down to like $2,000 in 2 losing trades. So it sucked. It definitely sucked, but from that was a learning lesson. And that's the thing. Like, if you take $100 and you do something crazy with it, and then you lose all of the money they made, in the end, you spend $100. Obviously, it still doesn't feel good. That's the thing. Like, whenever you see me start with a challenge account, it's always, all right, start with $100. This time we started with 1,500 because we're using lower risk. All right, but usually I promote, all right, if you're gonna try like to test something crazy, use a little amount of money. And then you always had that person go, well, you took $100 and you did this, and then you turned it into 100K. So if I take 5,000 and I do the same thing, I'm gonna become a bajillionaire. First off, when I did the $100 account challenge, was a very easy time to do the $100 account challenge, right? It was just breakout trade after breakout trade after breakout trade, compounding, all right? As well as that, why? All right, if $5,000 is not that much money to you, I get it, all right? But most people can't afford to lose $5,000. Come on, bro. Can you look at Wi-Fi? What Wi-Fi? What letter that is? I can't. It said, we probably have some sort of bearish divergence coming off of these 3 local highs here. And would you look at that? Yes, we do. All right, so at the moment, all right, you shouldn't be selling or shorting, right, because we are currently above the last local high. But if we get back down below this local high, that's when you would sell off your position or go ahead and short if you have the ability. Now, this is using a Bitcoin comparative. I don't know if it works the same. All right, just gonna put that out there. Don't know. You can see an ABC here. You got an ABC here. You got an ABC here, ABC here, ABC. Okay, so yes, I think you can confidently use it that way. Just be careful, that's all. All right, look at me. Look at me. Nose goes. That's my. I take no responsibility for your trade. Boom. Nose goes. I really gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be back. I am back. Kite knows who Satoshi is. He conveniently suddenly excused himself. I do know who Satoshi is. So Satoshi is actually a robot, an AI, and Bitcoin is actually programmed so that everybody can look at the Satoshi wallet, but they can't see the Bitcoin that's moving in and out of it. So it looks like it hasn't been touched, but it actually has. And Satoshi is actually the market maker, making sure that every single time that we form an ABC, we have a bullish push to the upside. Just a little helping hand. Thank you, Unkind. I appreciate that. GRT. Not another shitcoin, please. All right, now look at GRT. And go, GRT's not shitcoin. Don't talk about my coin like that. They're all shitcoins. All right, we can all make money on shitcoins, but they're all shitcoins. All right, let's go to the 30-minute. All right, we got Nate. What we got, Aave? What we got, Izzy? While retesting a local high. All right, so this is going to work out one of two ways. Either one, we are already below, because, I mean, if you look at this trend right here. All right. You can see we have uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. All right, so this could turn into an A, and we could have a B, and then a C, or this could be the ABC. All right, so as long as you're below this level, I would be short. All right, and then if we do happen to get back above it, you could always buy back into the coin. All right, you ever thought about that? You can short, buy back in, short, buy back in. All right, this is if you're playing on spot, that is. All right, so like on sushi, just to give you an example real quick before we continue with this whole thing. On sushi, I was playing spot. I had $25,000 to put in the sushi. All right, now, me personally, I looked at it like this. All right, we had A, we had B, and we had C. All right, so as long as I am above the A, that is a bullish reversal. I would like to be long, or in this case, buy. I would actually like to hold sushi. All right, so I bought into it, set my stop loss below, I get stopped out, and then I buy back into it. So I lost about 5 to 7% of my sushi, because if we don't hold this line, it has a probability of continuing to dump. So, but if we are above it, well, we should pump. So I lost about 5 to 7%, but we had like a 25% pump, and I took my profit right here. So the same thing can be said. Like if you're playing like GRT on the spot, not necessarily on, leverage exchanges, you can sell, and if we get back above, buy. Crazy concept. All right, and then that might turn into an A, B, larger C, and then if we get back above that level, if we put in a higher high and then come back below, then you would sell there. Repeat process until dead. Don't do it. I take one sip of a sugary drink. There's gonna be somebody that comes from my neck. Sugar, it comes from the devil, right? Yes, I know. And the devil does a terrific job. Just tastes fantastic. Just putting that out there. I don't know. Soda's like the last bad habit I really have. Not working out isn't a bad habit because it's not really a habit. It's just like not doing something. So I should start the good habit of working out. But really, sugary soda is like the last thing. I quit nicotine. I don't know. Sugar comes from the devil. That Dr. Pepper with does Dr. Pepper have 23 flavors? No, it is. It is 23 flavors. I didn't even notice. I knew it. GRT is not a shitcoin. It has major backers and a fundamental use case. What the f does a fundamental use case mean? Okay. Like I said, scream at me all you want. To me, they're all shitcoins. I make money off of them. Don't get me wrong. I love crypto. I love the concept. I'm a big libertarian. All right, all the libertarians are in crypto for some reason. Oh, not for some reason, because crypto is libertarian at its core. I I like the concept, but like you gotta be honest with yourself. Like, how many of these shit coins are gonna stick around? Make the money while you got it. Disperse it evenly. Not evenly, but you get what I'm saying. But don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself. It's like the people that are like, Shiba's gonna have a comeback. Okay. You're funny. Very, very nice. Very cool. Very funny. But Shiba swaps. Yeah, okay. Okay. You know what, like one of the only cryptos that has a fundamental use case? Monero. Monero's the only one. Now, obviously, Bitcoin and Litecoin also have a fundamental use case, but Monero is the primary transactor for real products. That's a fundamental use case. Margin calls, speculation trading, that's not a use case. Monero's the only coin on top right now. Monero is the best coin in the world. Now, that's all I'm going to say. I mean, if some coin comes along and does better than Monero and the market chooses that we're going to use this coin instead of Monero, then screw Monero. That's how it works. We decide what has value and what doesn't. But Monero is the only one where physical products are bought and sold. So I got a song for you. I actually played this. I played this song today. It's so catchy. Don't read too much into this when I play this song, but I would like to play this song. Can we just chill for 1 second? Can we like not talk about financial markets, and can we just play a funny song without having to be too serious here? I think it's in my Discover. I'm actually gonna like this song so I don't lose it later. All right.
Approaching the first of the month, I don't think I have enough to even afford my rent. I'm losing my will to live. Once I hit age 26, I'm off of my mom's coverage. When she said get a real job, I probably should have listened. Finance is taking a hit. I should go back to college, rack up 6 figures in debt for a job I might not even get. What's even the point of degrees if I'ma end up on the street or working for Mickey D's? That's that BS I don't need. The other option on my mind is not one that I usually try. But for the first time in my life, I think I might sell drugs. Never matter, but I'm really needing that fast food. I better hope the money stack up, or my landlord will tell me to pack up. It's true that nobody give a fuck unless it results in a surplus. That make you want to sell pull up, or make you grow up without growing up. If the job market seem to fail, I secure the black market retail. At least then the bread would never stale. Stun on the people that never care, and put grub on our plateaus, but instead I became a.
I just thought it was a really funny song. It's pretty good. I didn't expect that. For the first time in my life, I think I might sell drugs. It's just called Drugs. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna try to get the link for it here. There you go. I'll paste. I post this song link.
That is full of empty promises. I guess if you look at the positives, you'll figure out everyone's winging it. My high school.
I think it was a really, really good song. Hey, any chance to give us a quick class on how to use Elliott waves? I know you're good than that. So I mean, here's the thing. Like, I said this before. Like, why don't I make like a tutorial video on Elliott waves? Well, simple answer is there's not a whole lot to talk about. All right. You have your first uptrend. When that uptrend is broken, you're going to, for the first 1 to 2, all right, you're going to target to the 0.382. All right here. All right. So the 1 is going to be the 1. It can be a huge one, a small one. The 1's going to be the 1. But the 2 typically is going to come back down to the 0.382 of wave 1. All right, now wave 3 typically is the 1.618 of wave 3. Now, all right, there's going to be people that say instead of 0.32, they say 0.618. They're right, and I'm right too. It's the same level. All right, it's just I do it differently because in order to target upside, you have to pull your fibs from top to bottom. All right, so I'd rather just not deal with all 1,000 different fibs. All right, so 1, the 0.382 to the 1.618. Now you take the top and bottom of wave 3 and you target the 0.618 of wave 3 or the 0.382, and then you target, I would say like targeting between the 1.618 and the 1.382 is a good area. And that would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse wave. All right, so that's Elliott wave. All right, and then the market traditionally is going to correct in an A, B, C, like so. A, B, C. But the Elliott wave book, the case for modification, it explains it a tad bit differently. Basically, everything is ABCs, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s are just a byproduct of multiple ABCs. I forgot. I don't know. I mean, for Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi. I really hate going to this coin, man. I gotta copy paste. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying you have to short here. I'm just saying that we have bearish divergence coming off of these 3 local highs. If you get below this last one, that would be a setup for a short. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to give you permission? You want me to say yes? Short. Dump it. Do it. I don't know. Actually, that was all in jest. Don't do that. Well, don't do that, but don't do it. Think about it. Just think about it. Right here. Harmonic Elliott wave, the case for modification of R.N. Elliott's impulse wave structure. This is the book. This is the book to get. I think I might sell drugs. Aave is just going on a tear today. But it does give us a higher point to short from. I'll get the vaccine in a couple months. I'm not afraid of it. Like, you have like a couple different band camps with the vaccine. Obviously, you got the people that immediately get it because they're scared. Uh, you got the people that immediately get it because they just want things to go back to normal as fast as possible. You got the people that think that it's a microchip or it's going to change your DNA or it's going to sterilize you or, I don't know, makes your blood magnetic so when they turn on the 5G towers, which are already on, by the way, you're going to blow up from the inside out. And they got people like me where it's just like, I don't care. Like, I'm inside probably about 95% of the time. Coronavirus has a 99% survivability rate. I don't care enough to get the vaccine. That's all. And I'll get it in a couple months. I'll probably get it when I have to get it. Like if I have to go fly or something, then I'll get it. But until then, I don't care. Really don't care. And it's like you also like, yes, technically the vaccine was emergency authorization, but the vaccine was already in development before coronavirus even became a real threat, because that's how it works. They study these viruses before they impact the planet. That way they can start working on a vaccine before it gets out, or some bat bites you on the nose. Oh my God! Don't do it. Like we get like 100 vaccines from birth. We get the flu vaccine every year, polio vaccine. Like, why is it this vaccine is the one? This vaccine is the one that is controlling the world. Why don't they just give it to babies? Why is it this one? Like, I just don't see it. Like, I feel like, I just don't know. I feel like if you look at the lens, like the world through a lens of everything is always bad. Now, I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying that things aren't fucked up in certain situations. But I feel like if you look at the world through a conspiracy lens all of the time, it makes it hard to just be alive. Why? Because I want you to understand, you're gonna die one day, bro. If some crazy people take over the world, yeah, it sucks, but you'll be gone in 40 years. Most of us, anyways. And everything will be okay. It always has been, always will be. I feel like the world's losing its mind. Cause like, I feel like conspiracy theories made a comeback in like the last 2 years. Like they've always been around. Conspiracy theories are conspiracy theories. They've always been there. But like it seems like it's come back with a vengeance lately. Who's doing it? Like, cause if these conspiracy theories are correct, like there's some elaborate globalist society, and why is all this public information? Wouldn't they want to hide? When they want to do this in private? I don't know. What does everybody just think they're the smartest man on the block? Because like one thing that I had to ask myself pretty honestly was, when I was 10 years old, 11 years old, in 5th grade, I was obsessed with Mark of the Beast, RFID chip conspiracy theories, talking about FEMA camps putting people in body bags by the hundreds. I would watch these videos all day long. And the more and more that you watch it, the more connections you can find between things. But why, in what world, would this elaborate conspiracy be information publicly available to an 11-year-old? No. My best guess is that it's all a psyop. All of it. That's my best guess. Because if an 11-year-old is exposed to this information, it has to be because somebody wants that information to be exposed. Simple as that. Because if you understand what actually needs to happen in order for this to actually work, any of this, globalist is what we want. We want no borders. We want people working together. And I know it's like a pipe dream. It is. It's a pipe dream. But we need unity. But if you keep people separate, that's why like a one world government doesn't make sense to the people that want control, because you can't control people unless they're separate. Different borders, different classes, different races. The more boxes and categories you have, the easier it is to segment people in order to get this fight, this side to fight with this side. If we had actual unity with no borders, no nationality, then there wouldn't be a reason to fight. So that's the thing. False. No. Humans should not work together. We should stay in separate countries. Back away, heathen. This is America. Well, I'm not denying that the US doesn't want control of everything. Everybody wants control of everything. But I'm just simply saying it's not the same type of control. They're not going to have an open, this is the one world government, the US owns all of the planet. If anything, like it would be undercover. Like the US would take over China, but still be under the CCP. That's just my opinion. Like, at the end of the day, like, why are we fighting about this? Like, are people just dumb? Are people just stupid? Answer is yes and no. Like, we are a bunch of biological computers running the software that our parents installed on a gigantic floating rock in the middle of an endless void, spinning around a gigantic campfire, and that gigantic campfire is spinning around a gigantic supermassive black hole that's slowly sucking all of this into it, and one day you'll be dead, and one day this planet will be dead. And when you say that, immediately people go, that's not true. Flat Earth, we're special. We are special. All of it's special. Just because the Earth's round doesn't mean you're not special. The entirety of everything is special, and you are it. You are everything. So I don't get why people get so offended. Anger is all for nothing. If you just spend a little bit less time angry and hateful, you'll find more time to be a little bit more content. That's all. I just feel like people just take this too seriously. It's all a game. It's all a ride. There's just one big gigantic merry-go-round floating through space. A bunch of, like, 90% of the planet's just like that one kid that's screaming for no reason. Like, you're at the fair, bro. Your parents love you. Like, you have cotton candy in one hand, and you're on a merry-go-round. Why are you still crying? And that's why I feel like everybody, there is no such thing as adults. There is just kids pretending they know what's happening. None of us know what's happening. We just pretend until we die. And then we go, hey, it kind of worked this way. Here's this government we set up. Don't change this government. It's going to stay like this after we die. And then it goes on to the next generation. The book I would like to recommend is anything by D.T. Suzuki. Ichi Suzuki is a great person. Or Paramahansa Yogananda. Read everything. Take different points of views without ego, and you'll find commonality in a lot of different things. DT Suzuki, yeah, like the motorcycle. Paramahansa Yogananda, Alan Watts is obviously like a mainstream one. Trying to think some other. Do some actual just you. Don't listen to other people. Just do you. Do the Gateway Project, where it teaches you kind of how to meditate, kind of. Do a dark retreat if you have the time, and do some DMT. There's so many different options to find. We were talking about this last night. Someone had the opinion of like, if people are just trying to find an excuse or find something else. I feel like what else is there to do? We're all just trying to find answers. There is none. In terms of like, it's just endless. Like once you find the answers to the questions that you're looking for, those develop new questions. And it never stops. So just be content. And the other person goes, well, that's complacency. That's when the government comes in and they take your stuff. That's not what I mean. Stop putting words in my mouth. Being content just means you're okay. You're all right. The world's not going to crash down tomorrow. World War III is going to happen at some point. But it's okay. Death isn't bad. I don't know how I got on this rant. I think I started with the vaccine. Thank you for ever put that question in chat. Thank you. ADA. I want to take a look at ADA. ADA had a bearish setup right here. A, B, C, coming off of an A, B, C. Right here we had an A and a B, and then A, B, C, D. So as long as you're below $1.44, you shouldn't technically be long. But this is kind of like what XRP is doing. XRP is in like one of these weird regions as well. Because technically, as long as we are above this area, we're technically bullish. But as long as we're below this area, we're technically bearish. So it's a little bit weird of a situation. So, pick your side. Sometimes there's no easy answer. Oh no, I coughed. It's where someone goes, you should get that looked at, bro. Somebody can't cough. Well, 5 G's of mushrooms is a lot of mushrooms. That's all I'm going to say. I personally am not the hugest fan of doing mushrooms because I feel like if you're going to do mushrooms, just go all the way. Mushrooms are very closely related to DMT in the chemical structure side of things. So just do DMT. A high dose of mushrooms is going to put you in DMT land pretty much. So just do DMT. A lot easier, a lot quicker. You'll be fine. Microdosing shrooms, pretty cool. But yeah. I know. Not the same at all. Not the same at all. Listen, I've done both. I haven't done like a super high. Uh, Obviously it lasts longer, but I'm talking about like 5Gs of silent, like in a silent dark room. Yeah, if you're out and about, I'm not sure, but I just feel like mushrooms aren't as forgiving. Well, at least in my case scenario. I feel like LSD, it's a little bit more introspective, you're a little bit more in control. Mushrooms, I just feel like there's not a lot of control there, especially the higher doses. I think Hamster Coin can. All right, thank you for the $5, but come on, out the gate coming out with Hamster Coin can do a Doge run. Come on, dude. I don't know. You can't. I can't predict that. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't know. I've never heard of Hamster Coin in my life. I think it's always good to hedge your bets. Silver and gold's not bad. Silver, especially because silver is being highly manipulated through ETFs. Gold, I don't know if I want. I don't know if I can say the same thing about gold. Like that's the thing. Like you gotta follow some tweets from some dude on Twitter. Like if we keep having that mentality of like, oh, this dude tweeted about it, let's go get into it, and then people complain. It's like people shit the bed when Elon says something bad about Bitcoin, and it just so happens to start falling, and they're like, you see, this is why Bitcoin could never be the world's currency because one tweet threw it into the gutter. Well, it's because you got people like you that go on someone's Twitter, and the second they tweet something, you buy some coin. You're giving these people power. It's as simple as that. If people listen to them, they have power. That's how this works. Because crypto is a free market. Don't get me wrong. I've made some good profit off of some shit coins. But is that right? That's the only question. And I've made quite a bit of profit. But the thing is, I can make mine consistent. Now, I might not make 30K in 2 days off of some tweet, but over the course of 3 months, 4 months now, I have taken $1,500 and turned it into 35K. It's consistent growth. About 15K that was shit coins, but then 5 months from now, I can take the 25K profit, turn that into 100K. I can do it consistently through bear market, bull market. I don't need anybody's tweets. I can do it. And that's what I would like to promote. I don't want to promote, hey, this guy tweeted about this. We've done it. Like we have a whale account that when he buys a coin, I'll buy it. But I'm not throwing my entire wallet at it. Because it was a different story. I was in that coin for different reasons. And that was quite arrogant of you. I made 30K profit. How much profit do you make? Oh my gosh. Because one, like, I'm not saying that we're not going to go into another bull market. I hope we do. Obviously, at the end of the day, that's the best for everybody. But um, there's going to come a point where we're going to go into an actual bear market. Maybe this is it. And you're not going to be able to rely on shitcoins anymore. What then? How do you make the profit? For me, trading is my career. This is how I pay my bills. This is how I'm going to make a future for me and my family. I can't rely on shitcoins. I can't rely on some, mainstream dude like Elon or Jack Dorsey or Zack Snyder to tweet about some altcoin in order to make sure that I can feed my kids in the future. I can't do that. Like but the problem is it's like confirmation bias. Like if you make a lot of money on one shitcoin, like what's like now that's like re-solidifying in your brain. Okay, I turned 3,000 into 30K, and then like the next shitcoin is gonna come along, and you're gonna put 30K into that next shitcoin, and then what if it's an immediate rug pull? What then? Now you're out. You're completely out of the game. All that profit you made gone. Or you're gonna get into the shitcoin. Your 30K is going to 2, 3, 4, 5x. You're feeling good. You're up 150K, 180K. But you think that it's going to be the next Shiba. And you're looking for a 100x, 200x. Instead of just being like, I made some good profit, let's go ahead and get out of this, you're going, it's going to go further. 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 And then the rug is pulled. It didn't get to 10x, 20x, 30x. It only got to 5x. And even though that is some tremendous profit, you didn't take your profits because you thought it was going to be the next Shiba, the next Doge. These are outliers. The other 99.9% of those shitcoins, they might have really good runs in the beginning. 100, 200, 300, 400%, 10x. But then they're gone and they never come back. I might have chubby cheeks, long teenager hair, wearing a Hollister hoodie that looks oddly like Kill Bill. But I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this a lot longer. Can you have a shout out? About what? How do you say your name? Ski? Kia. There you go. There's a shout out. Not quite sure. I haven't checked on that whale wallet in a little bit. I'm kind of out of shitcoins. I made some good money. I've taken the profits and I'm running with it. I just don't feel like I should continue to promote that type of playing though. We were able to turn about 5,000 into about 45K. Somewhere around there. 45. I don't know. Don't know the exact number. So I put a little bit of into the challenge account. The rest, I'm just putting aside for taxes next year. I don't know if I'll hop on Discord after this. I have a couple things to do around the house. We're finishing up the bathroom. Got to move some stuff. So I'm still getting this room done. And then tomorrow, actually no. Tomorrow we have the AC people coming. And I'm gonna give us quotes on that. Day after that, gotta put legs on that table, move the couch in, mount the TV. I got a lot of stuff to do. Say hi to Aiden. Hello, Aiden. It was kind of weird. You said, "Yo, you say hi to Aiden," or will you like you say? I don't know. But my nephew's name is Aiden. We're gonna be remodeling for a while because that's like the main objective with this house. Because I think we're gonna plan on living in it for a little bit longer. Um, I'm gonna get some more money together because me and my sister do plan on buying like a compound or building a compound. It's very ominous saying compound. Like I don't know, it's like a cult. Just a bigger piece of land with custom built houses on it with lots of stuff. Here's the thing, right? Marijuana is legal in Virginia. You can have 4 plants per household. But the loophole is, what if we have 20 households? Just putting it out there. Psh, crazy. Oh, that is unfortunate. Alexander Schmidt, hello. How you doing? Bufo. Is like your name Bufo because like Bufo Alvarius, the toad? Bufo on the beat. I figured, I figured. Very nice name, very nice. Very nice. I love the internet, bro. I seen it on Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia. Hamilton is a furry. Oh, nice. I could have gone my entire life without knowing that. It doesn't change my perspective. He has a good show. What does him being a furry have to do with anything? But I did like how you kind of like slid in there. Like that was a pretty quick comeback. I mean, it wasn't even a comeback. It wasn't. It was just like a quick insertion of like, oh, by the way, he's a furry. Here you go. My sister borrowed my blanket hoodie, took it outside, and she got like these little like plant fibers. It falls from the trees where we live. Um, like all up in the fur of the hoodie. So I just threw it away. Like we washed it like 3 times. It would not come out. I mean, you read the MACD chart by waiting for it to cross to the upside to cross to the downside. MACD works pretty damn well on higher time frames with spot trading, and I've had various successes with MACD with leverage trading. But like I'm going to reiterate this: leverage trading, if you want to do well, you need to be as accurate as possible. That way, you can have steep stop losses. That means you can increase your leverage and maximize risk to reward ratio. Waiting for a MACD cross, you might miss out on an optimal position because you're waiting for confirmation. Confirmation all the time. Confirmation. Max clan size on IRL server. I don't know. Someone should ban China. Their clan size is a little bit too much. Max clan size 500 million. I'm biased. No, I'd say it's not healthy for the Dow to keep going up and up. But Trader Tom, like I was listening to one of his things earlier. I don't know which video it was, but he was talking about. He was like, so if we're gonna see like a 38% correction in the Dow, he's like, there needs to be some sort of catalyst. Now I was like, I like how he's talking about this because I've always talked about how it's very odd, like on BTC for example, where like I'm plotting out that the 1.618 is gonna be the top of wave 4. And then at the 1.618, news about Chinese mining farms getting shut down comes out. Boom, wave 4. There's always some I don't know why. There's always some sort of like event that lines up with these targets. So I don't know. Whenever the Nasdaq gets to like 210, 220, that's when I'm gonna be in freak out mode, cautious. Oh my god, don't make me throw up in my mouth. Reclaim dabs. You're that roommate? My old roommate, whenever he would run out, magically he would have more. It's like, yeah, I just I just get it from the bottom of this. I'm like, dude, how long it's been sitting in there? He's like, yeah, just it adds more flavor. It's harder. I'm like, you know why it's hidden harder? Because you're killing yourself, bro. You're killing yourself. Um, I mean, I always wanted to go to Malta, and actually, I want to live there. Still kind of do, depending on how things work out. I want to, I want to do like a trek, New Zealand, India, Thailand. I like to go to those places. It's just I've never been on a plane. I feel kind of weird about it. I'm sure I'll be fine. It's just like I don't. I hate it, bro. Like I hate like the thought of having to go fly. Not like the act of flying. I'm fine with that. If I die, I die. So be it. But the government process of getting my passport, going to the DMV, getting a real ID, having 5 different forms of identification. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate red tape so much. Probably gonna be heading off soon, but I wanna get this entry on Aave. Once I start working around the house, I don't know if I'll be able to run up to the computer before it's too late. I know statistically I'm not gonna die on a plane. I'm just saying if I die, I die. Is what it is. Um, I don't personally watch any Twitch streamers. Um, like in terms of like actively. Um, short term target for Aave dropping. I'm really looking for like 229. But if this is an extension, like an A and a B, and then we're having a C, another C to the downside, then perhaps much lower. I don't know. Mezkif, I think. Oh, I've seen this dude, but I don't watch him. I've seen like highlights on TikTok and stuff. There's no Uber in Kansas. Is there Lyft? I was doing a little pump, a little pumpski. It was a very peaceful moment just there. Uh, First time in like a couple hours where I really just had no thought running through my brain whatsoever. I remember being a kid in the car, like riding home from my parents' house, um, or my grandparents' house. I remember my dad would always go like, "What you thinking about?" And every single time, like most of the time, I would say nothing because legitimately was thinking of nothing. Uh, Nuggets. XTZ. XTZ had an ABC. ABC. As long as you are below the A, you are to be short. What's going to be my trigger to short Aave if we get back below this line? Ain't nothing special. There's a new coin called Decibel. Sounds like an investment. It's a sound investment. Anything that you have to go, it's a sound investment. Probably not a sound investment. Just be honest with me. Call it a gamble. Not gonna change my opinion. I figured. I was just. Do you think Neuralink tech will allow us to control our body? Most definitely. That's what it's built for. Like Neuralink. Like, I personally, like, I understand wholeheartedly that Neuralink. My thought is okay. It might. I'm not in the band camp that it's going to be a mind controlled device where they can look inside your brain and find out your private key. All right. Have fun with that. Have fun with that conspiracy theory. I think it's going to open up more avenues for humans to be more and more intellectually lazy. You're going to be able to download knowledge instantly, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I think it's going to do a lot of good, but I just don't think we can perceive the negative consequences of it quite yet. One of the better things that I think it will do is communication. I mean, anything technology wise that is major that we have ever made has always been communication. Money, one of the greatest inventions of all time. How do we communicate trade better? Value, how do we communicate them? Telephone, how do we communicate over long distance? Car, how do we get places faster so we can communicate? Boats, how can we traverse seas so we can communicate? The telegraph, Morse code, pretty much power so we can power the things we use to communicate. Everything else is just materialistic. It's going to die out. It's a fashion. But the major inventions that stick around are the ones that help us communicate. That is going to be hands down Neuralink, because Neuralink gets rid of the use of vocals. Instead of having to convey my thoughts and emotions through vibration and inflection in my voice, I can send you direct thought and emotion from my chip to your chip. You know exactly what I'm saying, exactly what I'm thinking. And it's not like you can just read my mind whenever you want. I'm sending it. It's a point check. And a lot of the times when we get into arguments, they stem from simple miscommunication where I might say something and mean it in a certain way, but because of how I was raised and the society I grew up in, I might phrase it in a way that to you is aggressive or offensive, or you just didn't like the way I said it. And now you're on the offensive, and I don't know why you're on the offensive. So now I'm getting offensive, which makes you more offensive, and it causes a negative feedback loop until a war starts. But if you know exactly what I mean, there is no room for interpretation. Now, it could be exactly, I want to kill you, but now you know that. Have you seen Bunny the dog on TikTok with like the buttons, where she presses the buttons? Or I think it's a she. Isn't that turning? Is that real? I need confirmation from Alex Jones. And like, so, like, part of the problem is like, I feel like 99% of conspiracy theories are absolute bullshit. Just like the ego trying to make up a story because nothing really makes sense, so you fill in the gaps. But then you have conspiracy theories that are true, and then you have situations where, like Alex Jones, sneaking his way, not even really sneaking, just kind of walking into a gigantic party in the middle of the woods with a bunch of politicians, bankers, and past presidents and future presidents, all in robes, burning effigies of children. Like, so, like, you have that happening. So, like, now, like, it's once again confirmation bias. If this can happen, all of these other conspiracy theories must be true. And I just don't think it's healthy. It's not healthy at all. What do I think about McAfee? Whether or not, like, he actually committed suicide? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's well, I don't really want to waste my thought on it, because the problem is like, you got Epstein. How in the world did that happen? And nothing happened from that. In front of everybody's faces, Epstein miraculously killed himself in a video surveillance cell a couple weeks / I don't know how many days or weeks it was before he did a testimony on all the people that were involved in his little scheme. It happened right in front of us. You could call it foul play, or you could say it's just, you know, stupidity because they should have been keeping it. But like, regardless, it's like that happened right in front of us, and nothing changed. So I just don't feel like giving two shits anymore, to be honest. Once my sister gets back, I'll go ahead and head off stream. She gave me like a 10-piece nugget. I'm not getting anything really crazy for dinner. Um, Earlier today, like around like 2 p.m., I got salmon with tomatoes, onions, green peppers, red peppers, shrimp on a bed of rice with French fries. I have had a lot of struggles trying to find a really good place to eat around here since I moved here. This place was fantastic. And I'm pretty sure like when coronavirus first started, I got corona because I lost my sense of smell. I never lost my sense of taste, but I lost my sense of smell. And obviously because smell is closely related to taste, it kind of dimmed it. And for a long time I just couldn't smell anything. Um but in the last couple of months, it's been like I can smell strong odors, but everything smells the same. It really sucks. Right? And then it kind of made food a little bit ill for me, but this was fantastic. I think it's called like dockside or something, seafood. Fantastic. And I feel really bad because the best solution to fixing the oceans is for people to just stop eating seafood. But it's so good. Uh, I don't know what to do. Seaweed. Good one. Crypto Yacht. How am I? Doing pretty good. I finished some countertops that I turned into desks. I got one of them set up. The other one I'm still waiting on legs for. Um, Building my studio at the current moment, so I got to mount my TV and stuff. Uh, it's been a busy week. This has been like one of the most active weeks. Actually, it's been like 2 weeks. The most active 2 weeks I've had in a very long time. And then on top of that, at the end of this month, I do plan on going up to my dad's house for maybe a week, week and a half. Um, so we'll see. Oh, I am not a carpenter, dude. I did an okay, like for my first time ever finishing a countertop, I I did okay. Like I with the mouse pad and the monitors and the computer on the desk, it looks really good. But by itself, like I definitely messed up on the finish in a couple places. But it's decent. It's decent. Um, I don't know if I don't think I want to enter on that. I'll just wait for it to come back down. You know why the government doesn't want to embrace Bitcoin? I hate the idea of proof of work. What's the expected setup for Aave? Well, I'm trying to short this. All right, so we have an A. We have a B. And we are currently in the C. So at the moment, I do see A. I see B. And we're in the C of the C. I'm trying to find an entry off of one of these local highs on a smaller time frame, which for me is going to be this one right here. The man, the myth, the legend, Baseman Jeff. Hello, how you doing? What are your favorite toppings on pizza? I like buffalo chicken pizza. Really like that. I mean, I'm a simple guy. Give me some nice sauce. You know, I'm not too crazy about like extra cheese or anything like that. I just like the regular amount of cheese. I do like extra sauce though. Extra sauce, regular cheese, some pepperonis. I'm fine with that. But if I am getting like a specialty pizza, I do like feta cheese pizza or buffalo chicken pizza. No, I have not gone back to vape. Don't get me wrong. I've thought about it, but I haven't gone back. It's been like a full like I don't know. It's been like a month maybe since I quit. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't mind onions on the buffalo chicken pizza. Yeah, because if I can quit 50 milligram nicotine disposables, anybody can. I'm not gonna lie, like I was delirious and suicidal while quitting nicotine. And like it's not even just quitting nicotine, it's the fact like disposable vapes have so much more nicotine. It's basically like you're smoking a full cigar. Like every like couple hits. And like also like the psychological factor of like vape isn't combustion. You're not really theoretically not doing as much damage as cigarettes. So like you're like why should I quit? It's not really, that bad for you. It's like but once I got into like withdrawals around like day 4 to 5, simply the fact of seeing how much the lack of this chemical had on my emotions and my thought process and my perception of reality was when I realized, oh, this is how bad I relied on this drug. And that pushed me farther in terms of, I don't want this. I don't want something to have this much control over me. After I do some work, I might have to take a midday nap. Jesus. All right. You have an ET? No, no, I don't. I'm already short. Uh, 5 minute, 15 minute. That's typically what you're gonna find me on. No, I haven't bought any virtual land. I mean, the closest like virtual land, I would consider like pretty much like an NFT. The closest I've come to any of that stuff is I own a virtual horse, and oh crap, and I own a virtual pickle. Thank you very much. How much is it going for now? Any increase in price? Nah, still going for like point for 8. The average price of these things. Oh, what happened to prices? Damn. I think because breeding is back now, that caused a stupid amount of Z19s to be born. So I guarantee you, like, Z2s are probably up now. I should have held on to Miami to Ibiza. Remember that I had a horse named Miami to Ibiza that was a Generation 2 horse. Where the hell is low to high? Oh, I'm already on it? Okay. I would have liked to see him around like 2. But going for like 0.9. I could have sold for a little bit higher. But Z1s are probably doing fantastic just because you can't make any more of those. I don't think so. Yeah, the lowest Z1 is 12. Even got an offer for 5.5. Offer for 6.1. It's not too shabby. Okay, let's not miss the Aave trade. How about that? I think I sold him for like 0.9. As I'm yawning, I read chat and I just see John going, "Stop yawning. It's contagious." Can you explain how you enter the ETC short setup? So this is why I entered. All right. So we were coming off of a pretty massive pump on ETC. All right, we have A, we have B. So this was a C. All right, now it could still be like this could be the A. This could be a B, and we will see the C up there. That could be the case. All right. But for me, I saw this uptrend and then a downtrend and then an uptrend. And then I shorted once we got back below that initial uptrend. All right, guys. I think I'm going to head off for today. I'm going to set an alarm on Aave to let me know when I need to enter. And I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Probably won't. And yeah, I appreciate you very much. I'll, you know, I don't know. If you want to keep up with me, you can join the Discord, but it's not a must-have. But I do like to hang out in there and talk with you guys. So I might be on the Discord tonight. Might not be, depending on what time we get finished and how tired I am. But definitely be on there tomorrow before my legs get here, because when my legs get here, I start working again. But yeah, why not limit order? Well, you can't limit down. You can set up a conditional market short, but you can't limit down. You can only limit up. If you want to short, you need price to go up. If you want to limit, if you want to go long, limit, you need price to go down. So you can't limit. That's why not. All right, guys. Let's pick the song for today. What do we want? Let's I think I'm gonna play Evolution by Joyner Lucas. And then I'm gonna play I'm Not Okay, but I'm Going to Be by Riley Ritchie. All right, so in order, Evolution, Joyner Lucas. Second song, I'm Not Okay, but I Know I'm Gonna Be by Riley Ritchie. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you next time. Have a good day. Have a good night. Get some good entries. And maybe if it's good enough, I'll put it on my entry OnlyFans. That's a joke. All right, guys. I will see you soon. Don't know when. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, maybe next week, maybe next year. We'll find out. Stay tuned. Best way is probably just subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's the first time I've asked, probably in months, for you to do that. But if you haven't, it would definitely make it so that whenever I do decide to live stream, you get the notification. All right, guys. No more goodbye fake outs. Are you ready? You ready for this? Goodbye.
I want to expand my brain, but I'm trapped in prison. Got me shackled up with chains for the maximum sentence. I'm trying to get out my ways and bring me back to senses. And maybe teach myself some game and turn my rags to riches. Ain't no excuses, we all start at the bottom. Gotta learn to speak your truth, and that's just part of the process. Shit, if I ain't the solution, guess I'm part of the problem. You pulling flowers out the roots when I just wanted to blossom. And I'm exhausted, but I tried my best. We need to change, cause we was tired of stress, trying to flex. Bought you a chain, but couldn't buy respect. I'm not impressed. We can't evolve unless we follow steps. It's not a test. Tired of fronting like we not oppressed. And I thought if I was rich, then all my problems be through. Till I made a few million, and now I got more problems than you. I know it feels good to win, but it hurts a lot when you lose. You'll never say what you gon' do unless you following through. I'm talking execution. And I don't know where I'm going, but I'm learning as I'm growing. That's the evolution. Hope I don't finish last. I'm still healing from my past. I need some retribution. Did a lot of getting even, but I'm sick and tired of beefing. What's the resolution? I'm talking evolution. Gotta be honest, I never thought that I would pop this quickly. Feels good to look at my phone and see Rihanna hit me. Nah, it ain't on no shit like that. Shorty a goddess to me. Just one of my friends that I can vent to when my conscience get me. Look, I ain't into what niggas is doing. I'm on some other shit. I never been the type to turn up and be on that clever shit. I'm looking at niggas like, bruh, you grown. How you still love this shit? I'd rather be home and watch some movies with my son and shit. Plus, I ain't tryna impress nobody. That shit get old quick. Like staring at an old flick. Tryna travel back in 06. Maybe hope for what I won't get. All the temporary happiness only lasts until you grow sick. And them lights start to go dim. And the walls start to close in. And the time start to pass you by. Don't act surprised. Better be careful what you ask from God. I had some jobs. Shit, I quit and took control, my nigga. Got tired of building companies up that I ain't own, my nigga. It's time to grow, my nigga. Evolution. And I don't know where I'm going, but I'm learning as I'm growing. That's the evolution. Hope I don't finish last. I'm still healing from my past. I need some retribution. Did a lot of getting even, but I'm sick and tired of beefing. What's the resolution? I'm talking evolution.
I'm not okay, I know I'm gonna be. You don't need to ask me why, I just know I'll be alright. I've got a life laid out in front of me that I can't take away, it's just a ring. There'll be brighter days, yeah. I'm not okay, I know I'm gonna be. I've lost my way again, I'll get there in the end. Been through the lowest lows and the highest highs, sweet hellos and the sad goodbyes. I'll let it out if I need to cry, 'cause I'll make it out the other side. I just know, I just know, oh, I just know, no, 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 no. I'm not okay, I know I'm gonna be, 'cause I'm a person, not an island. So I search for the horizon. I can see it right in front of me. I need to start at the beginning. Fight with the tide and keep swimming. I'm winning when I see life's an ocean through the motions. Hard to ride the waves. I see in black and white. I guess I was colorblind. Fuck hangovers, I'll try yoga. Let my body break. Who is the sacrifice? Well, I see this paradise on the other side. I just know, I just know, I just know, no, 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 no. Ooh, oh, I lost my way again. I'll get there in the end. I lost my way again. I'll get there in the end. I lost my way again. I lost my way again. I lost my way again. I'll get there in the end. I lost my way again. I'll get there in the end. I lost my way again. I'll get there in the end. I have good days and bad days, can't days and can days, boy days and man days, these days and them days, butch days and femme days, Mondays and Wednesdays, drunk days and health days, I hate myself days, more days and less days, head back and neck pain, stones in my chest days. No one said it would be easy, but I need to try. In the daylight, tears dry, even when it hurts inside. I'll just take one day at a time. I'm not okay, but I know I'm gonna be alright.